I'm sitting here with Lil Poetry from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She's an up and coming young rapper that we've all been waiting on. Frankly, I've heard a lot of her songs, and I think that she's going to be a good influence on a lot of the young kids coming up. But first of all, I want to ask Lil Poetry about herself and how she come up and what got her into the rap game.
Well, ever since I was young, I've always felt like I was an entertainer. I've always liked putting smiles on people's faces and just doing anything I can to help them to change their lives just in any type of way, shape, or form. So, as a child, music was always played a big role in my life. So eventually, I just started playing around with it, and it was a hobby. But then one day, I realized that this is something that I could really do for the rest of my life. It became my career. Growing up in Chattanooga, it's many artists out here that are trying to do their own thing. So it became hard to be authentic, to sound different than the next man. But that's my goal. I want to be unique. I want to be authentic. I don't want to sound like the next man. When people hear my music, I want them to know that's Lil Poetry. Like you listen to the radio, you know that's Drake or that's Rihanna. You could just tell, just by their concepts or their metaphors, their punchlines. You can tell. That's how I want people to see me. That's how I want people to view me on that level.
Great. And what do you see yourself and say a couple of years from now? I mean, I know you're constantly working on your music and everything, and I heard your work ethics are pretty good. But what do you see yourself like, say, 2 years from now?
In 2 years, I see myself, I've been setting myself up. I've been making many moves to, further myself, to evolve and get myself to the next level.
Okay.
So in 2 years, I see myself probably getting that deal I've wanted for the rest of my life. I see myself being at work 24/7. Once you get that deal, it knocks you up. It knocks the what's the word? The pressure up times 10.
Okay.
And I'm ready for it. Okay. I will be out here. I will be working, like I said, harder than everybody else out here. There's nobody out here that wants this more than I do. I can guarantee you that. And there's nobody out here that's gonna work harder than Lil Poetry to get what Lil Poetry needs to get, or to get what Lil Poetry wants. That's just my work ethic. I'm gonna work hard enough to get what I need to be, to get where I need to be.
Good. And frankly, a 14-year-old. When I was 14-year-old, I would be nervous, especially coming up knowing that there's a lot of competition out there. And where do you get that confidence? I mean, what is that you seem like you have a real strong confidence about yourself. I just want to know, where do you get that from?
Well, my mom always told me, if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? So when you walk onto that stage, you have to believe that you can do it. Otherwise, you will choke. So every time I walk into the studio, every time I come into an interview, every time I hop on the stage, I believe in myself. I believe that if God wants me to be able to do this, he will give me the strength, the courage, and the power to be able to do it. So really, all the confidence just comes from believing in myself, believing I can do it, and realizing that with God, anything is possible. That's why I work so hard, because I feel like this is what I was destined to do.
And I did see you up on stage in Atlanta, and I did notice that you seemed pretty comfortable on stage. You had great showmanship, and that's something that doesn't come natural. I don't think it does. If it was me up there, I'd have been nervous. I don't know what. But what I'm saying is, it's great to have you, and to have you up and coming, and your music is great. And I just want to know what albums are you? I mean, what songs are you planning on dropping? What are your new songs coming out? What are you working on right now?
I'm working on this new song called Prosper. It's basically about how I want to come up. It's basically about just getting to the next level. Like I said, prospering, succeeding, and getting to where I want to be. I'm working on this next song called No Competition, because I feel like you got to be number one out here. It's people that are gunning for you. So you got to feel like there's no competition. And you have to believe there's no competition. So in your heart, you know you'll be number one. Whether you win or whether you lose, no matter what. If you feel like there's no competition, you always going to be working to be number one. So you can always feel like it's no competition. And I have, the mixtape will be dropping on May 27th. So be on the lookout for that. Just stay with me now. Don't sleep on Lil Poetry. Stay with me.
All right, we're definitely not gonna sleep on Lil Poetry. And I noticed when you were on stage in Atlanta, the shoes. Now everybody's been talking about those shoes you had. Tell us a little bit about those shoes. Is that a shoe that you made yourself, or because I never seen any shoes like that. Now, just tell us a little bit about those shoes you were wearing.
I said earlier about how I always wanted to be unique. So with those shoes, I came out and I didn't want to.
Because people were really talking about those shoes.
Oh yeah. I didn't want to be like the next guy. So when I came out there, I wanted to be unique. I wanted to have my own thing, and I wanted something that would catch people's eyes. Like you said, a lot of people were talking about it. So that was actually my intent. I wanted the attention to be on me, and I knew with those shoes, it would be something different. Like, oh, you see her shoes, or it would bring a lot of interest to me. So it was an attention grabber, if anything.
Okay. Well, there you have it, people. Lil Poetry seems to be a natural to me. Everybody look for up and coming Lil Poetry from Chattanooga, Tennessee.